Hey y'all, it's Haley, and I just want to say thank you for joining my space, and I also want to thank you for my 15,000 holders. We got snipe botted today, but we didn't sell a single token. This is just a launch, and I want to tell you I'm here to stay. The plan is to give these coins to my real fans, the ones that buy my merch, watch my podcast, donate to my charity. And I also wanted to tell you that I learned a lot along the way, but I just want to say screw the sniper bots, and I'm not going anywhere.
Yo, Haley, they try to fuck us. It's all good. It's all good. Let them know you're here to fucking. You're not here to get sniper botted all day. You're not here to get fucked. We're here to have some fun. We're here to meme. There was only like 3%. That's why everyone's like, oh, 97% is bundled. 3% was in the pool. That 97% is all on
into
chain.
this. Like, is there any kind of questions from the community? Happy to answer any
I have
questions.
questions. I have questions. I'm raising my hand. Hey guys.
What, Coffeezilla?
Hey,
Hey, man.
this is one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, then why the fuck are you on?
I've been tracing it on chain for a while. You guys generated over $1 million in fees while y'all's fans got rug pulled. There was snipers, but there was also insider trading directly linked to y'all's creator account. What are you guys doing?
No. That's not true.
That is true. That's a fact.
No, it's not.
Well, it's a fact, and you can see it on chain. So
Yeah, we know. We trust me. We were there. We could answer that.
you know about the insider trading?
No, there's no insider trading. That's why we can answer it.
Okay, so there's tokens
Coffeezilla,
going directly from the main account,
Coffeezilla, just chill for a second,
and then it's getting sold for 50K. Who is that?
Definitely not us. You think we're doing this for 50K? Yeah, fucking right. Talking to the wrong guy. You're used to these bullshit scammers out here. Not us. Now we had.
That's what everyone says, by the way.
Listen. Doesn't matter. No, I'm not everyone. There was a
You're different.
strategic allocation, right, through a foundation. Every single one of those was signed through a SAFT. The deployer wallet. You've heard of a strategic allocation or a private
How much
sale.
did y'all get doing a pre-sale? How much did y'all make?
It's not that
Selling
we
out
made.
your fans. So
Over here, can you give
on your fans.
Hold on, Coffeezilla, take a chill pill, brother.
So
y'all just rug pulled a bunch of people.
No, there's no rug. We're here every single day. There's no rug pulled, and it's not done by us. Yes, snipers sniped it up to an insane market cap.
No, it's
and
not
dumped
just
it.
snipers.
That was not us. That was
listen. You know that.
Listen, no. I'm telling you the truth.
And y'all made millions on fees from this little scheme.
There's not a.
I'm sure that's not you getting those fees, right?
Who's
making the money on the fees? Who's making millions of dollars on fees from this rug pull?
That's not a scheme. That's the project. So we can keep this thing going for years. Okay. That's how do you think? There's so many expenses.
Who makes the money on the fees? Someone just made over $1 million on fees. Who made it?
First of all, the fees were there with Meteora pools, and that goes to the creator, right?
Which is who? Who does that who does that belong to?
That belongs to the project, right?
Who's the project? Who is the project?
Well, the project is over here, Haley Welch, right? And
how much does Haley Welch own?
This is Haley Welch's project.
So she owns all of it.
Coffeezilla.
Did she just make $1 million on fees on a rug?
Do you know how much it costs for lawyer fees to create a foundation in the Cayman Islands, to hire directors? You think this stuff pays for itself? Right?
So y'all wanted to make the money on day one? I don't understand. I'm just asking.
We're here every single day.
Millions of dollars in fees from the rug.
Day 2, day 3. This is how you run a project forever. Is you have to fund that. And first of all, over here can speak to the extensive amount of work and time and people that are on this project. Over here has around 18 people working on this right now as we speak. This is not a small time type of nothing. We're really trying to do something here, and not just do it for one day and do it for 2 days like you're used to.
So who made the money? You haven't answered the question. Who made the money? How much did Haley Welch make of that 1.8 million?
It's a foundation that is running this project.
How much does she own of it?
It's a foundation. She owns 0 of the foundation.
So y'all made the money?
No, I don't own the foundation either. A foundation in the Cayman
Brother,
Islands.
who profited? Over $1 million was just
I'm
made.
telling you, a foundation that pays people out. And by the way, Coffeezilla, I'm not asking you, questions that are irrelevant to the most important stuff that you said. Who cares where fees go? It goes to bills. It
Well, when
goes
you're
to
charging
attorneys. It
15%,
goes to accounts. It goes to
if
directors.
you're
It
charging
goes to
15%
staff.
on a rug pull
Right?
and you're profiting from the
There's
rug
no
pull, I
rug
think it's
pull
relevant.
because we didn't pull a rug. I don't know what you're trying to say. It's not true. Yeah, that's defamation. What
Doc,
you're saying,
do the
Coffeezilla.
math. Do
It's
the math.
defamation. You're saying that we pulled the rug. There was
You
no rug
released
pulled.
3%.
You're defaming our character.
Are you not
It's
going to let me
bullshit.
talk?
It's
You just
bullshit.
talk over me. You talk over
No,
me.
I'm hearing bullshit. So why
No, you're
am I
not.
going
You're
to take it
talking over
seriously?
me. Let me just lay out your tokenomics. You guys released 3% to the Meteora pool, while you have 17% of the token allocation unlocked day one from your strategic allocation. Are you guys insane? What do you guys think exactly is going to happen when your insiders get sent their tokens? And by the way, who made the money from your 17% pre-sale while you're giving a tiny piece of the pie to the public? Like, what the hell? This is the worst tokenomics I've ever seen, and it is a scam.
It's not a scam.
The tokenomics are a scam. That's my opinion. You can say whatever you want about it. You can cry defamation. That's my opinion. It's a scam.
Well,
And I only do this for a living. I've only seen 1 million of these projects.
So who pays you, Coffeezilla? Let's track your wallet.
Turn it around. Turn it
But
around.
over
Turn it
here,
around.
why don't you tell
Nobody's
Coffeezilla
here
what
for
we're
me.
doing with
Everyone's
this
here for
project?
you. Where did the fees go? Where did the money for the pre-sale tokens go? Why did y'all unlock day one so people could dump on Haley Welsh's fans? And how involved was she really? And how much? I just got muted.
Yeah, so I mean, like we as mentioned, like we raised a 17% strategic allocation that was done at a 16.69.
I just want everyone to, be respectful.
Yeah.
But yeah, listen, this is
You guys hear
something
me?
that means a lot. Go ahead, FaZe Banks.
Appreciate it. I just heard this guy blab about pretty much nothing and repeat the same shit that he said the first time around. You said something about Web 2, people from Web 2, traditional Web 2 entering Web 3 and
Yeah.
not being able to see stable, like longevity, like healthy relationship with the rest of the space. I came into crypto in 2018, 2019, and yeah, I've never launched a token or a project, and I've done my due diligence to like know what to do, what not to do, and how to keep my fans safe from shit like what just happened. Haley, I'm going to talk to you directly right now, because if you really own 10% of the supply of this token and it's locked up for a year and it's vested over 3 years, you got scammed harder than anybody involved. This 100% was a mismanaged, mislaunched. Like this is took what Coffeezilla said. I would label this a scam as well. It's pretty obvious. Like Coffeezilla brought up, 97% of the token was bundled into the same cluster. And in layman's terms, that just basically means 90%, 97% of all the tokens owned were by related wallets, friends of friends of friends of friends. They were
No, that's not true. It's not true.
Yes, it is true.
False.
Yes,
It's
no,
false.
it's 100% true.
It's held
You're talking,
back.
brother.
Yeah.
You're talking about some fucking, what did you say, in the Cayman Islands?
It's how you legally launch these
No.
types of things. It's a foundation. But listen, this isn't a bundled scam. This is free tokens that have been held back to be allocated to Haley's biggest fans on her social media, given away for free.
Sorry.
Not over,
Haley,
man.
again, I'm going to talk to you directly. At the end of the day, your name was the poster child for the token. The whole Hawk 2 meme is used to like market it and launch it. At the end of the day, when Coffeezilla makes a video about this, you're going to be in the thumbnail, your name's going to be in the title. So what Doc or whoever the fuck was saying earlier about traditional Web 2 influencers coming in the space and having a bad like reputation in the space, it's for this reason exactly. It's because people enter the space like this with whoever the fuck. Basically, what I'm getting at, and I'll wrap up here with just whoever whoever guided you in this, or whoever directed you to do this, or gave you the advice to do this, you should fire them immediately. And yeah.
Yeah, I just want to jump in here.
Yeah, I'm doing the best I can. Thank you, FaZe.
Right. We believe in Haley. We believe in the actual cultural meme outside of this space. That's why we're here. We believe in, the meme. We believe in Haley and where her intentions are, and
to basically like have a successful operation that's going. So I'm sort of curious, like, not for the token price itself, but just in terms of the fact that there's fees that are being generated, there's an actual like
Hey
source
guys,
of income.
I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Okay. For I guess we're talking over here, and I don't know if
So I want to talk about the whatever the hell that was. I kept getting muted and booted, and I don't even know what to say. I just want to explain some things to people because they never let me talk. They just kept kicking me every time I was making a point. That doc guy tried to speak over me, and then they wouldn't answer any of the questions, such as who made the money, who is making the money on the fees, where's the money go? That Doc Holland guy said he didn't get paid. Oh, really? He goes, I'm underpaid. Yeah, right, bro. I'd like to see it. So, look, we're going to talk about it. But let me start with something really basic that most people need to understand about what they're doing, the little switch they're doing. They keep telling you guys, and everybody's falling for it, with this strategic advisor grift, okay? They put 3% into the public DEX. Meanwhile, they pre-sold in these SAFs at I think they said a over $10 million valuation. I'll have to have somebody correct me on that. But over a $10 million valuation. So they pre-sold these tokens. Why do you think people bought these tokens? They knew that they could rug because they told people, well, there's no unlock. So if there's no unlock for pre-sold tokens and you think it's going to launch because you got this girl who's going to use her brand and use her popularity to all of a sudden pump up this coin, there's no unlock, you're going to dump into this. So two things happen at the same time. There's a lot of confusion about it, but two things happen. One, you have a sniper who jumped in at the very beginning, minutes after launch, because they tweeted out the contract address like idiots, like amateurs. Actually, the doc guy said they knew it was going to get sniped, which is crazy. I think that would be criminal if it's true. If you know your thing's going to get sniped and you launch it anyways, but whatever. So they get sniped. That guy walks out with millions of dollars. But then they put fees on top of that. They put a 15% fee on the DEX. So guess who's raking in the money? Well, I tried to ask, and they actually said our foundation made it in the Cayman Islands. We wanted to obey the law, so we left the United States. We went to the Cayman Islands. Everyone knows that's how you obey the law. You go to the Cayman Islands. So they went to the Cayman Islands, and their 15% fee supposedly goes there. Where it goes from there, we have no idea. So they made millions of dollars right off the jump, even before they didn't even quote, they knew it was going to snipe. This sniper made millions. They made millions, and then they pre-sold for millions. Okay, everyone follow me so far? Then you have strategic advisors who are dumping on retail, and they're making millions. Who's making nothing? Well, it's everyone else. I'm going to start letting some people up. Hello, Trevor. Hey.
What's up, man? Yeah, so they said it was a 17 million valuation. That's what I've heard from other people as well.
Insane.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that crazy in the space, honestly.
No. But do you understand what's crazy is the zero unlock. That's what's crazy. Day one,
of course.
complete unlock. I mean, because they said it themselves. Who are they targeting? They're targeting retail investors. Didn't they say that? They're not targeting like crypto heads. They're targeting Haley's fans. So you have a 0-day unlock and complete amateurs with crypto. What does that equal, Trevor?
Yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head there. I mean, it's a shit show. It's a rug, like, you know what I mean? It's just straight looks like a rug. I mean, I'm not sure I don't know if we can confirm if the bubble maps, like their claim that the bubble maps is not correct. I mean, they didn't provide any evidence. That's a huge mistake.
No. Let me explain the bubble maps thing, because I think I understand what they're saying. Their whole claim is we did not directly sell. But that is a very different thing from we profited the whole way while our fans got rugged, right? Which is what I'm basically saying, which is that they made money on the fees. They knew it was going to get sniped. They did it anyways. And then they pre-sold to these SAFT investors who know are going to sell. When you pre-sell a coin, it's just selling it before it goes live. So they have sold tokens, but they just pre-sold the tokens. And then the guys who got the pre-sale tokens dumped.
Yeah, I kind of tend to believe like the sort of Occam's razor that stupidity can explain things that aren't necessarily malicious, but I think it's pretty sad overall. I think Haley had a good thing going. I think she's going to net lose from this scenario, like long term, and that it was a foolish way to make money, basically. So,
Well, we still don't even know how much money she made or how much money this Doc guy made, how much money the team made.
100%.
They said they had
100%.
18 people working on a Hawk to a meme coin. I don't know what that means, but apparently 18 people are masterminding this operation here.
I mean, definitely. I mean, they could easily pay themselves bonuses for the whole amount through the foundation. I mean, they didn't, there's no, they didn't disprove anything or any of the claims there. You can just pay yourself, $1 million salary through your foundation. And it may not even go to Haley. It may go to the dev shop or the people that are, that she's working with and trusting. And there's also the scenario that it is just straight up a rug. Like, we don't have evidence it's not a rug because they didn't provide any of the data. So
these strategic advisors could be them. We have no idea who that actually is. And I think Haley, look, it could be the case that she's getting taken advantage. I hate to use that word, but taken advantage of by these guys, and she actually got locked for a year while they're making all the money. But we don't actually know the full story, because anytime Haley talks, it's like, "Hey, Haley, tell us your story of how you were inspired to make crypto." Ha ha ha! I just wanted to have a good time. Like, it's like there's no details given. There's no kind of, I don't know if she's like putting on an act here, if she really has no idea what's going on and how serious this stuff is, and how some of this stuff can potentially lead to like really big legal problems for you if anyone did have direct involvement in this rug pull. But I think whether you rug pull because you pre-sold tokens to a 0-day unlock, or whether you rug pull directly, I still think it's going to be a rug. Like, everybody in crypto knows that.
Yeah, I mean, and I think there's also probably no paper trail because it's a Cayman's Island entity, unless they get subpoenaed. But with Gensler, on the way out, and the administration changing, who knows? But this went pretty viral. I mean, in the previous environment, something like this would have gotten investigated pretty much right away, just because of how brazen this looks as a rug. You know what I'm saying? So. But there's no real way to back up or prove anything they're going to claim, because it's a Cayman Islands entity. Like, it's not a 501(c) in the U.S. where they have to do all the reporting for the directors' salaries and things like that, as far as I'm aware.
And yeah, that was kind of my point when they were like, "Yeah, we're so concerned with regulations and rules, so we went to the Cayman Islands." It's like, no, you didn't want to be bothered by regulations and rules. That's why you went to the Cayman Islands.
Well, no, I mean, they still have to do that anyway. Even if they were trying to do it the right way, they would have to do a BVI entity or an offshore entity, just because of the SEC. This is like where the SEC kind of fucks up, because they don't give enough regulatory clarity for how to do things right and how to do things by the book. So people
I know, but especially if you want to do a pre-sale, because you're going to get eaten alive by the SEC if you do a pre-sale in America.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain ways you can do it correctly. I mean, one of the ways is that actually the investors aren't supposed to sell for it's either 6 or 9 months. Like, if you do it as a U.S. entity, for example, you're a Delaware C corp, the investors are not allowed to unlock and sell on day one. Like, that's, otherwise you would be violating securities laws.
Yeah, and that's just kind of obvious. Jabrils, I want to bring you in. Jabrils, what do you think of the space?
Yo, Coffee, man, this is insane to me. All this is out of my league. I'm just going to be honest.
Did we get all called mentally ill by that guy, by the way?
Well, I didn't purchase any coins, so I don't. He wasn't calling me that. I just want to come on here and ask you a really simple question. I love and respect everything you do. My entry into a lot of this crypto stuff is through you, and I'm just curious. Like, it boggles my mind that people still buy crypto what's your passion? Because I feel like in a couple of months there's gonna be another crypto coin that everyone buys and gets rugged, and it just keeps on going on and on and on. And it just boggles my mind this is still a thing.
Wait, so what's the question? What's the
My question is what's the passion for you? Like what drives you to continue to watch these continuous rugs over and over?
What are you talking about? Calling out these people is the greatest, man. It's so fun. Well, no, look, I see the human cost. I talk to victims all the time of this stuff. Meme coins are a little bit less. I think most people find it a little harder to be sympathetic about meme coin rug pulls because there's just the sense of like, why did you get involved in this kind of thing? But look, the problem is because ultimately I don't think about it from the angle of a crypto head, right? Like the reality is the most insidious part of what they said was we're targeting regular people, regular fans. We want to onboard her fans to crypto. And unfortunately, that's where you get some really sad stories of people actually putting their money into these things and not knowing better. Obviously, if somebody's been in crypto a while and they invest in meme coins, it's sort of like you kind of knew what it was in many cases. But yeah, man, my passion comes from knowing that there are people out there who don't know what they're getting involved in. They just see the hawk to a girl and they think, oh, I'll throw some money in there, and they lose it. All because of the way they run these tokenomics, and then they get jargoned to death by things like strategic advisor as a euphemism for the guy who just rug pulled me. And so nobody can really figure out like what the hell's going on. Why is the price down? Oh, it's because 17% of the tokens just dumped on 3% of the tokens. So that's kind of where that comes from. Let's stick it to you have anything related to the Hawk Tua lady though? I'm gonna bring up Shady as well.
Yeah.
I think I saw some stuff from them.
I think this is honestly a shame. I thought the Hawk Tua meme, all in all, was pretty harmless, pretty fun. But after this, I have a trust issue with anything that'll come from her from this point. It's honestly a shame. And I think that if this does hit mainstream, I think it's gonna kind of poison like the whole quote unquote influencer branding and all that stuff. Just another one that bites the dust. But
well, it's just more like just another one in a long line of scams or rug pulls or whatever you want to call it. Thank you, Jabrills. I appreciate it. Shady, what's up, man? Tell me what's going on.
Yo, what up? No, I just think it's crazy how they're like talking about how they hardly made money and shit, but they raised $2 million just from the fees in the liquidity pool, and they're just like completely fucking ignoring that the whole time.
Yeah, well, I tried to bring that up because, of course, they want to ignore that. They're going to go, we didn't sell any tokens. Well, you set the fees to 15%. You made almost $2 million from it. And I think they said they pre-sold. It was hard. They wouldn't give exact numbers from what I could remember, but I think they said they sold in like 5K, 10K, 20K clips. I assume they mean dollars. And then they said they sold about to 200 investors. So if you just assume an average of $10,000 per investor, you're selling to 200 people, you're raising about $2 million even before you've launched the coin. Then you make $2 million off the fees. These are estimates, of course. So you're talking about $4 million day one. And meanwhile, these clowns are saying, oh, we're not here for day one. We're here for day, 365, whatever they said. And it's like, no, you guys were here for day one, actually. That's where you made most of the money you're ever going to make from this project.
Yeah, and it really just like speaks about the team, the way everyone who was speaking in that space from the team was just being so evasive and kind of dodging every question. Kind of like how when Banks was asking about what were they saying about the Virgin Islands, the guy kept saying like some like buzzword or some bullshit, just like dodging it.
Yeah, no, they dodged everything. I don't think I learned a single thing from the whole space. They kept muting us, and they kept calling us. Well, that Doc guy just kept insulting people, saying you should kiss his ass for launching this coin. I mean, that guy was. I don't know. That was
Yeah, that was crazy.
I mean, they wouldn't answer our questions about where the money was going. I think if you're Haley and you're getting all this hate, right, and you're looking across the table and you got these bozos who got you involved and got you, told you were going to make all this money, whatever, and you didn't make money, you would say that, I think. That's my running assumption. Somebody said Occam's razor earlier. I mean, that's what I would assume. You go, hey, dude, I didn't make $1 yet. I'm not going to make $1 for a year. But they didn't say that, which I think is very interesting. I mean, could change later, but I
In
agree.
addition
I
to
think that was very revealing. There's a few types of people who get into meme coins, right? There's people who think they're going to strike it rich. There's people who've never traded meme coins before. And then there's like also the sophisticated traders who are actually making the sniper bots and actually making the money, right? But the real fish, unfortunately, and the way a lot of people make a lot of money is they bring in new people who've never done crypto before or done very little crypto, and they use your responses or they use your fans to bring in new people. And so it's like fresh, I don't know, like there's like this famous thing in poker, like if you don't know who the fish is at the table, you're the fish. It's kind of that situation there, Andy. So, Bold, what do you have to say, man?
Yeah, I mean, God, it was an embarrassment. I don't understand how they could speak for so long and say so little. That was what was amazing to me. They seem completely oblivious to how the bubble maps work, in that from their deployer wallet, all the funds that they grabbed and flicked out to what they're calling now pre-sale wallets, none of that was put up. I just scrolled through Haley's feed. It was never mentioned that there was a pre-sale. It was never mentioned that any tokens were owned before the contract goes up. So what you've got is a completely lopsided situation where theoretically you've got all these guys, which I'm assuming is Logan Paul and the crew, who are these big fans, but realistically there's nothing to show or prove on chain that those are not just the team's wallets. They could just be 150 wallets set up by 3 guys. They can tell Haley, oh, we got this money from these investors, whatever, at 16 million valuation. But none of that was announced before she drops a contract address. So without that clarity, there's no leg to stand on, from what I can tell. There's no excusing a lack of clarity before the contract drop, which you can see it went from 500 million market cap to 70 million in like an hour. And you can see people losing millions of dollars on chain with purchases. How you can then come onto a stage and have Haley go, hey y'all, I just like memes, and then go to bed is insane to me. Like the lack of responsibility that was taken, the lack of responsibility towards the clarity. And the other point for me was, and other people have mentioned it, the lack of clarity around the money side. He's talking about setting up a BVI costing $500,000. I literally helped a friend set up a BVI in Australia. It was under 20 grand with lawyer fees.
Yo, that's hilarious, dude.
Like it was under 20 grand.
No, I think. Look, I think you bring up a great point. They didn't tell people how much had been spent, how much had been given out to these immediately unlocked strategic advisors, who they were. Right? What are these strategic advisors doing besides giving you money? And who's making that money? I mean, I think there was basically zero answers on that, zero clarity, and it's all fine to come in and go, well, we're going to give transparency now. It's too late, man. People have already lost money, like tons of money.
People have lost so much, but you had obviously an ability to lock tokens. They said, oh, Haley's tokens are locked 10%. They're locked for a year, 3-year vested. But every prior investor, and like you say, I think they alluded to 150 to 200 people with between 5 and 15K checks, they were kind of saying, that are completely free from the moment it launches. Like, so you obviously had the technical ability to lock tokens, and yet at that point you've got to go, okay, what is the likelihood that 0 of these wallets were a side wallet of the team? Like, there's just no way. There's just no way that they didn't claim 10 wallets themselves.
Yeah, and it doesn't really matter, Bold, because when you pre-sell tokens to somebody else, like let's say that you know I'm going to launch a coin, right? And I sell you 10% of the tokens to be unlocked immediately. I can then go claim till I'm blue in the face, hey, I didn't sell tokens on unlock. But if I sold you the pre-sale tokens, functionally, I just passed the responsibility to you because I gave you the option to sell those tokens at launch. So I don't buy this whole thing of they're hiding behind the SAFs and saying, we didn't sell tokens. We didn't sell tokens. We didn't sell tokens. No. If you guys sold pre-sold tokens, that's a big problem. It's a huge I just don't buy it. I just don't buy this whole SAFT explanation. Hey, can we get someone else in here? Kelly, can you speak a bit? I'm trying to rotate people in.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this brings up a lot of great points. And first off, I want to shout out Coffeezilla. You've been such an advocate of freedom and truth in this space. So shout out to you. The crypto, FTX, that happened a couple years ago, but we are still perpetuating this idea that the blame is always on somebody else. And I do agree, everybody needs to take more responsibility. And what that means is, as individuals, you can't jump into a project by somebody that got famous from being a meme herself, and I'm not hating on her as a person, and say, oh, this person rode on a plane once, she knows how to build a plane. No, we all need to take more responsibility with the process in which this launch happened. There is a lot of red flags for anybody that's done even 3 minutes diligence. And the truth is, most people are just looking for lottery tickets. So where they're at now, it's sad to see that there was lack of clarity, and then that there's very obfuscated discourse around what the excuse was for the clarity. But the red flags were there. If you look, they're all over the place. So at the end of the day, I think we all need to take more responsibility for ourselves, and we need to hold ourselves and our friends more accountable. That if something's being launched, that there's a very clear way that things need to be done. If you're going to jump into any sort of project, fair launch is one of them, and also no token distributions for teams, all this sort of stuff. And if it is, it needs to be somewhat established. So where it is right now, I think we need to take a little bit of deep breath, lean into people like Coffeezilla, lean into people like Zach XBT, and lean into fucking diligence, man. We need to take responsibility for what we're doing and hold ourselves more accountable and hold other people as well.
Thanks, Kelly. Yeah, man. I definitely think, look, my way of thinking about accountability is everyone who loses money in crypto is literally taking exactly the amount of accountability that they need to take because they lost the money. You know what I mean? They're not like not taking accountability. They lost the money, right? What I want is accountability from these projects that run these things, right? Where is their accountability? They make millions of dollars while retail loses millions of dollars. So retail took the accountability. Where's the accountability from the guys who are profiting millions of dollars from these bogus tokenomics, and they're hiding behind these little, I sent it to the other guy and he sold, so it's not my fault. You know, this whole pre-sale with 0 unlocks. I mean, it's completely insane. So I appreciate what you said about responsibility, but at the same time, I just think like, dude, people do take responsibility literally by, and they get burned. And next time they won't, they'll do a bit more due diligence. I probably got time for one more person. Who do we need to get up here? Here we go. Tell me we have something good here, Andy. Give me something good.
Hey, how's it going? My name's Andy. Thanks for having me up here. Sorry to blow you up in the comments. I'm predominantly known on Solana for derugging cyber frogs, and I worked with Doc in the past. And what I just saw up there was a fucking textbook, play-by-play, dumb fucking Doc-oriented move. Like from start to finish, man, like it's hard to even know where to begin. From the day-to-day interactions that I had with him, all along how he was constantly motivated by money, driving that whole meta on pre-sales, private pre-sales, lining the pockets of the people that invested in companies, setting up these shell companies. And what I just saw was him finding this poor girl, sticking his fucking claws in her, and absolutely dragging her into the fucking dirt. And whatever poor bastard it was behind that, development company, the dude's career ended right before it started, because Doc is really good at motivating people to try and like rally around an idea. And he's really
Hang on. So you've worked with Doc before, is what you're telling me?
I have, yeah, man. I was a struggling NFT project that was a derug myself, and we needed.
Wait. Tell us about who is this guy? I've never heard of this guy before.
Yeah, all right. Fucking, where do I start, man? So he's really well known for 2 rugs from NFTs on Solana, Best Buds, and then he's got Meta Hunters as well. It's always the same shit that you just heard him fucking speak out about, man. I've got this idea. We're going to build a sustainable business. We're going to do all of this really cool shit. Blah, 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 blah. We're bringing in real names. What happens is that he does it. He rug pulls it. He fucking finds a way to extract as much liquidity and value out of it. And he's already done it twice on Solana with NFTs. And he's done it on multiple fucking meme coins with multiple different tokens. I was really unsuspecting at the time. I'm not a dipshit. And I have a great fucking reputation in Solana, and I think a lot of people will speak to that. I distanced myself from him after we started working on a project with him called Allbot. It was a Telegram trading bot before anything really came to Solana. It was throughout that experience that the only motivation that he had was doing a fucking token pre-sale for maximum fucking extracted value and trying to find a way to use bots to leverage his fucking entry and line his fucking pockets. I do not put my reputation on the line for that shit, and we took a step back hard and fucking fast, man. And it's the same playbook.
Wait, so what you're telling us is this guy, from your experience, likes to do token pre-sales and likes to use bots, you said?
Oh, dude, yes. He is not a dev, and he has no idea what he's talking about when it comes to dev speak. He has dumbass ideas that he then goes and tries to get other people to implement in a way that he has no oversight on. So if he brings in quote unquote some sniper bots that are trustworthy, it's likely some dipshit who's been coding it on a chat GBT bot that he's fucking found that can actually turn on. You know, and so like the extent of this is, in my opinion, a lot of it just being an actual dumbass. And I think being an overconfident dumbass that has no idea what he's fucking talking about and leveraging his reputation and his.
But who made the money, Andy? Okay, I got to get to the bottom of this. You're telling me, okay, I don't like this guy. This guy, you know, likes this, likes that. But did he make the money? Who's the guy really behind this?
Fair. What I can tell you is that we're going to go and start sleuthing the blockchain ourselves, and I will give you some definitive information. But if it's my guess, this was orchestrated by Doc. The money went into his pockets, and the money went into the pockets supporting Doc on this project. And
well, you're not gonna you can't find it on chain unless they've on their wallet. You can find what wallets made the money. I've already found a lot of those wallets that made the money. That's what I was trying to talk to them about.
Yeah.
But they were denying answering the questions. I mean, they were just saying, "Oh, we had the foundation. We can't tell you where the money goes." You know, all this kind of stuff. So, you know, it's nice because we can see what's on chain, but we don't know who it belongs to. All right. Last question. Do you think people are going to go straight to a jail? That's, I guess, the space. So what do you think?
I think that Doc Hollywood is doxxed and that he's about to get a fat fucking lawsuit shoved down his throat, man.
Interesting.
Thanks for having
All
me
right,
up, bro.
no comment. All right, guys, that's it for the straight to jail thing. I hope people call it out when the Hawk coin tries to tell you that they didn't sell coins. Understand the dynamics of the pre-sale. Understand how the fees worked to make them millions while you guys lost money, some of you. So, all right, that's it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Finally got on a space where I could talk. And, yeah, that's basically it. Bye.